When you were 5 years old, summer felt like it lasted forever. Now you're older, and somehow an entire year just disappeared. You didn't imagine that. It's real. And the older you get, the faster it goes. Scientists actually know why this happens, and the answer is going to change the way you see every single day of your life. Let's start with a simple number. When you are 5 years old, 1 year is 20% of your entire life. It's huge. It's basically everything. When you are 50, 1 year is only 2% of your life. Your brain measures time by how much of your total experience it represents. So the older you get, the smaller each year feels. This is called the proportional theory of time perception, and it means time doesn't just feel faster as you age. Mathematically, it actually is faster. But that's just the beginning, because your brain has another reason to lie to you about time. It's called the novelty effect. When you were a kid, everything was new. Your first day of school, your first bike, your first time at the ocean. Every new experience forces your brain to record more memories. More memories means more data. More data means time feels longer. Now think about your average Tuesday. You woke up, you went to work, you came home, you watched something, you slept. Your brain barely recorded any of it because nothing was new, because nothing was surprising. A week of routine can feel like a single afternoon in your memory. Here's where it gets disturbing. Scientists gave people a test. They asked them to estimate how long a short task had taken. People who did a familiar task underestimated the time. People who did something new overestimated. Your brain compresses boring time. It stretches interesting time. And most adult lives are full of compressed time. There's a third factor, and it's the darkest one. It's called attentional narrowing. When you're a child, you pay attention to everything. The smell of rain, the texture of grass, the sound of a specific song in a specific place. Your brain is scanning constantly, recording constantly. As you age, your attention narrows. You stop noticing small things. You stop being curious about things you've already seen. Your brain essentially goes on autopilot, and time on autopilot disappears. There was a famous study with adults over 60. Researchers asked them, "What is the last time you did something for the very first time?" Most of them had to think for several minutes. Some couldn't answer at all. That's not just sad. That's scientifically dangerous, because first-time experiences are the ones that create the most memory. And memory is how your brain measures lived time. No new experiences, no new memories, no felt time. So here's the uncomfortable truth. You are not running out of time. You are running out of novelty. Your brain is not broken. It's doing exactly what it evolved to do. Ignore the familiar, focus on the new. The problem is, modern adult life is designed to be predictable. Same job, same routine, same apps, same restaurants. And a predictable life is an invisible life. But here's the thing scientists also found. You can slow time down. Not literally, but perceptually, which is the only kind of time that matters to a human brain. The method is almost embarrassingly simple. Do something new, regularly. Not a vacation to a new country once a year. Something small, something weekly, a different road to work, a new food, a book in a genre you never read, a conversation with a stranger. Every novel experience is a timestamp your brain creates. More timestamps, more felt time. More felt time, longer life. There was a researcher named David Eagleman. He's a neuroscientist at Stanford who studies time perception. He said something that stuck with me. He said, "The brain doesn't record time, it records change. If nothing changes, nothing is recorded. If nothing is recorded, that time never existed for you." Think about your last vacation. Even a short one, 3 or 4 days somewhere new. Now think about the last 3 or 4 days of your normal routine. The vacation feels longer, even though it was the same amount of time, because your brain created dozens of new timestamps. The vacation was rich with recorded change. The routine had almost none. So the next time you feel like the year went by too fast, the next time you feel like time is escaping you, it's not age, it's not your fault, it's your brain, deleting the parts of your life that looked the same as yesterday. The solution isn't to live faster, it's to live differently. Not once a year, not on weekends. Every single day, one thing that makes your brain say, "I haven't seen this before." All sources are linked in the description below. So here's a question for you. When was the last time you did something for the very first time? Tell me in the comments. I genuinely want to know. And if you're into questions that sound simple but break your brain, subscribe to Science. We take the weirdest questions about humans, brains, and the universe and explain them simply.